welcome back to our podcast. My name is
My name is Ngọc.
Yeah, so today we are really excited to have with us today. And how are you today? I'm feeling very excited and happy, and the weather today is very perfect for listen for the podcast.
Yes, and today the sponsor is going to meeting our first one because we will be talking about something that relates the health of everybody's culture, how we take care of our Italy.
So before we start, we will watch a short video.
Our nation is on the cusp of one of the most dramatic demographic shifts in history. 71.5 million people will be age 65 or older by the year 2030, doubling in number in just 3 decades. The demands on our current elder care system are daunting and will only grow more challenging. The time to prepare is now. A new call for help has risen, and in keeping with our ministry of service, we will go wherever we are needed and do whatever comes to hand. Today, Volunteers of America provides a continuum of care for older adults, tailoring services to a population with individual.
The video shows that in the US, older adults have many choices when they go out. They can stay at home, move to senior communities, or
The video also shows how much independence master in the US. Many older adults want to play on their own, which requires different from Vietnam, where carrying firearms at home is common. Today, we will compare how Italy can work in Vietnam and in the United States.
yeah. So sit back and relax, join us as we report this interesting.
Welcome to the sixth here. Before we start the cultural differences, let's start by looking at the basic values that shape how we work in the United States live here. First one, to begin with, when we talk about elder care in the United States, what core values would you say shape in the overall?
Yeah, I would say independence and autonomy are super important. So a lot of elderly care is focused on preserving their dignity and being able to have them walk, do their daily activities of living. So it's really important that a physician centers the care around the goals to maintain their independence and what they want to do.
That's of idea independence. How do people in the United States actually address care or support in the everyday situation?
Yeah, so in everyday situations, a lot of the support from the US is more hands off. So a quick check-in saying like, oh, how are you doing is a lot more preferred compared to someone that's hovering and someone that does all the responsibility and support for the older adult.
What would you say are the major challenges that older adults in the United States face today with your elders?
Yeah, so older adults face a lot of challenges. I want you to think of raising them, right? You would think of differences that cause people to discriminate against people in race. So now you're going to apply that to age, and what we call that is ageism. So this is the negative stereotypes that are held against older adults because they are seen as less capable. So sometimes when you picture an older adult, you think of like a cranky, an old grandma who yells a lot, she nags a lot, she might not be able to see, might not be able to hear, she's losing her memory. That's like the stereotype. But not all older adults are like that. But some people will think that a lot of older adults are like that. So because of that, they don't understand the challenges that they face. Older adults face a lot of loneliness and isolation. It's very hard for them to make friends or social groups unless they go out of their way to do that. But some of them lack transportation. Some of them don't have a lot of friends because maybe their friends have died off. So isolation and like the social isolation will lead to depression. It will lead to cognitive impairment or decline, which is a major challenge.
When you compare this with Vietnam's model of elderly care, what stands out to you as the biggest difference?
Yeah, so I think Vietnam, from what I understand, has a lot of obligation on the family to take care of the older adults. So you can think of multi-generational family hospitals where the parents, the grandparents, and children are all living in the household, and maybe that is kind of how they care within the home. Versus in the United States, older adults will live further away or live in their own separate house. So sometimes those problems go unnoticed. In Vietnam, just because they're more physically present, that will help their brain and their cognition. Versus in the US, since they are isolated, sometimes they're hesitant to reach out to the children to say like, hey, I need help. So those are some differences that stand out.
With the difference in mind, what aspect of cricket abroad between Vietnam would meaningful?
Yeah, so the American model of geriatric or older adult care is focused on 5 M's, which is mentation, mobility, multi-complexity, what matters most, and medications. And I want to put emphasis on medications because sometimes when we think of treating a patient, especially an older adult, we tend to prescribe a lot of medications, we give a lot of medications. But the approach that geriatric or geriatricians are taking in the US is they're taking time to de-prescribe. So figuring out what medicines are bad for your mind. So if you de-prescribe that medication, maybe the mind will be better. So that's kind of an approach that the US is taking. And then also one word that I'll throw out there is delirium prevention. So in the hospital, older adults are more prone to delirium or cognitive impairment where they may see things, they may, in Vietnam, you may think that they're going crazy, but it's a completely preventable thing, and the US is taking a step towards more non-pharmacological approaches, which I think would be helpful in Vietnam.
On the other side, which elements of Vietnamese family structure do you feel most valuable in the US?
Yeah, so the intergenerational bonds that they have in the household, I think, are super important. Those daily conversations, the shared meals, all that is really, really helpful to prevent social isolation, which then will help prevent like depression, cognitive decline, and impairment. So more family involvement will be helpful, and just respect for the people around them, which I think Vietnam does a great job doing.
Hôm nay chúng ta sẽ cùng nhau trò chuyện về cách người Việt chăm sóc lại cha mẹ và con cái khác biệt so với các quốc gia hiện tại.
Trong cuộc sống hàng ngày thì bạn sẽ làm gì để hỗ trợ?
Hiện tại thì mình cũng đi học nhưng mà khi mà mình về nhà thì thường ngày mình sẽ cùng với mẹ và ông bà để phụ cho những cái bữa làm đồ ăn, sau đó có mình cũng có thể cùng đi xem phim và trò chuyện với nhau.
Nhiều người cho rằng cái môn chăm sóc ở phương Tây thì coi là rất nhiều so với người Việt Nam, thì bạn có cái gì
Theo mình thì mỗi một cái khu vực nó sẽ có một cái nét đẹp truyền thống văn hóa riêng. Ở phương Tây thì người ta sẽ ưa chuộng thì về cái việc là ba mẹ khi già thì người ta sẽ vào viện dưỡng lão, tại vì con cái thì thường đi làm không có thời gian để ở cùng với cha mẹ. Cái điều này cũng sẽ lại giúp cho cái người già có những cái người bạn đồng hành khi mà ở cái độ tuổi lớn tuổi. Ở Việt Nam của mình thì cái truyền thống là khi cha mẹ già thì con cái sẽ chăm sóc nó chọn cái nét đẹp của người Việt Nam mình.
Mọi người trả lời của bạn thì cuối cùng chúng ta thấy là mọi nền văn hóa thể hiện cái tình địa phương và chăm sóc với từng độ tuổi khác nhau, nhưng mà điều quan trọng nhất đó là sự tôn trọng, thấu hiểu và sự phù hợp với nhu cầu của từng gia đình.
Điều này cho thấy rằng không có quan điểm đúng hay sai, chỉ là mô hình nào mang lại hạnh phúc với cá nhân và tập thể trong trường.
In conclusion, I'm very proud that Vietnamese people respect and care for their parents and grandparents. Even though many young people have to work far from home and can't avoid it, there are still good ways to support the elder. We can stay in touch through phone or video calls, We can also ask neighbors or relatives for help if there's any need. The government can also help by providing community service for elders. And because parents can feel lonely, small social activities for seniors can help them stay connected and happy. Overall, when families, communities, and the government work together, we can continue to protect this beautiful tradition.
Many people think that elderly care in the US is cold, but that's actually a misunderstanding. Americans simply express care in a different ways. They value independence, so they support their parents through professional service, regular visits, and financial assistance rather than living together. Meanwhile, Vietnam shows love through daily presence and family closeness. Each culture has its own beautiful ways of caring for older people, and both approaches come from the same intentions, giving parents the best support possible. At the end, we would like to thank Miss Lucy and the participants for helping us complete the interview.
We also want to thank Mrs. Ngong for helping us throughout this course.
That's all.